Welcome friends. In this video, I am going to discuss about you Python MySQL. Okay. So first of all, I introduce myself. Welcome to LingarajTechhub. I am Lingaraj Senapati. In this video, I am going to discuss how Python will work on MySQL database. Okay. So what are the steps we are going to follow? You can go through entire video. You have to having a knowledge about how Python and MySQL databases work. Okay. So first of all, Python. You already know what is the Python, how Python we scripts are going to be writing. But here we know about the coding part of the Python with MySQL database. So before you are connecting Python to MySQL database, you have to one two things you need. First, installation of the MySQL database in your system. Then second point, you have to connect to the Python to the MySQL database. You need the Python package manager, which will generally one type of library which we have to install in your system, which helps you to connect Python with MySQL database. Without libraries, you cannot work with Python and MySQL. What is Python MySQL libraries? Which will be defining. Okay, how will you connect to Python script to the MySQL database? That is a very important because without library or without packages, we cannot connect. Okay, so what are the steps? First of all, you have go to the internet, download MySQL database. Okay, download. So here you come and select the MySQL database download, and you have to download this 8.0.31. This is the latest download. If you come here it is giving a community GPL download. You click here, and here you have to see that there is a lots of connectors are there also, and you can also download the installer MySQL installer for Windows. Okay, click it. So after click it, you get the two versions. Okay, that is the installer version, that is the 5.5 megabytes. Another is the 431.7 megabytes. It will be the automated download from the internet. Some files are not here, but here all the files are present. So it is a 32-bit, and you have to download this. Then there is a installation process. If you don't know about installation process, how the installation we do MySQL, then go to the YouTube and type there is how to install MySQL. Okay, because this video is not for the MySQL installation. This video is only for how you can connect your Python code to the MySQL database. This is the simple way you can you go. If you go through this video, you see this. Okay, so first second point. So after downloading, after installing MySQL database, you have to perfectly defining your username and password. Okay, by default, when you are going to install MySQL, at that time the username is root and the database is generally given a particular database, but that's called a default database, and their password is no password if you have to not giving any password. So before you are going to connect any Python and MySQL, you have to remember that two things, that's a username and password. Most of the cases, username is root, that is the default username, and password is nothing, means you have not defined any password. This is the two important. Then second points comes out, if you are not go through this MySQL installer, what are the second point? There is another called as a jam server, very prominent server, and I use this particular server. Okay, jam server. Most of the time my system already active that particular server. That is a download jam server. Okay, this is the lightweight. You don't need for the proper. You don't need about so many customization, so many configuration. Simple download. Next. You have to install everything. Then directly on. Okay, if you want to show you, just a minute, I will show you my everything, my MySQL jam server, that is. Here I go here. There is a control panel is there, jam control panel. If I open it, open. Okay, so here you have to give in a to start option and stop option. So first two options you have to start. Okay, first option is given a Apache, second option is the MySQL. So Apache is the web server. On that web server, MySQL you can access through one online panel that is called a PHP MyAdmin, which helps you to access the that is MySQL database on the form of here already start. If you want to stop, I have to click this, then it's going to be stop. Apache MySQL. Now I have moved to the online, and here I have to type localhost. That's it. Simple localhost. It will redirect to my Apache server. So this Jam server supported Apache, MariaDB, MySQL child version. That's another database, MariaDB database. There is a PHP supported. This is the one type of online web language. Okay, you have to server side language, and there is also Pol is the another server side language. So you have to connect PHP MariaDB. Okay, when you click on the PHP admin, this is the MySQL version. On in the you can access this database MySQL database at the form of online. Okay, online means that is the when you start as a Apache server, then it is gives you the online experience. Okay, so here you have the URL that is a local host, when that is a URL, and this URL particularly belongs to the you can access your particular MySQL database on the local without internet. Okay. If you off the internet, you can also active because my internet is already on here. If I off this internet, it is also running because it is running on the local server. It is running on the local server. So this is also one of the way I can connect with the MySQL database. But the structure in this particular platform is generally belongs to the that's an online window form. Okay, so if you go for the other other ways, there is lots of different ways. That is the software form, and this is the web form. Okay, so in these two ways you can connect your MySQL database. Okay, fine. So let's now we move on to the my document, and inside this document you have to I follow or you already covered these two steps and install MySQL drive. This is very important when you are going to connect with Python MySQL, because if you are not installed any packages, Python package manager, which are very helpful for you to install Python packages for the specific packages for the specific region. Okay, if you have to connect MySQL, there is a package. If you want to connect MongoDB, then there is another package. Okay, so for that region, you have to go your required package. Okay, so here we need MySQL driver package. How could you install MySQL driver package? There is a one particular command that helps you to install MySQL driver package. How? First of all, you have to move their particular Python directory where you install your Python script, that is this particular directory. How could you go? So let's see. First of all, I go for the C drive. Then inside the C drive there is a users, there is my username, and there is also called app data. There is also called a local, and inside that local there is called as a program. Okay. Here it is one point common programs. Inside these programs there is called a Python. Inside the Python, okay, just a minute. Inside the Python there is two versions I have already installed. That is 3.8, 3.9. Already now 3.11. So I am using lower version. It's a stable version. That's why I am using. So when I am click it inside this, okay. So you have to see here lots of files and folders from Python 3.9. Okay, here is the folder called a script folder. When I select it, go to the CMD. Okay, here enter. So here command prompt is you enter here. So inside the command prompt, you have to type here one command that is already written in my document. That is Python this command Python -m modules pip install by MySQL connector Python. Okay, this is the command. So what is the command? Python -m pip install MySQL connector Python. Okay, it takes a time because if it is not installed, If it is already installed, it shows you requirement already satisfied. Okay, this message is already given you inside the terminal. If already requirement satisfied, so no problem. You will have to check now. How to check? Go to your editor, okay, where your Python code or scripts are going to be run. If you are using Python, that's okay. If you are using VS Code, that's okay. If you are using that is Python by default, okay, by default editor, that is ideally, that's okay, no issue. Whatever editor, no issue. If you using command prompt, that is also. I can also check here also. Python, enter. Here I am going for the write one single command, that is called a import MySQL connector. Okay, this is the main important point. Import MySQL dot connector. Yes, it works. Okay, if it not works, then there is some issues. And what is the issue? It will told you. Okay, it will told you that if you go through this process, you can recover this particular problem. Okay, so it is very important, because if it is not work, then there is some how you have to check it. Okay, so okay, fine. Now it is ready. So after that, what I am going to do? This is very important. After it connected, means it automatically. How could I know the my particular Python is ready for the MySQL for database and database script? Because here I include my packages. Okay, they say I include here my package, import mysql.connect. If this package is giving me error, so at that time I check it that if it is giving you error, then there is somehow in this particular package which you are going to install from the online, and that inside the package here there is not ready for the latest versions to communicate with Python, and you have to solve that issue. Okay, if it is not giving you any error, then this particular package is ready, and you can start code in Python for the MySQL purpose. Okay, so now we move on to the create connection here. So first of all, here create connection. So what is create connection means? You already installed Python packages. So you have to connect your Python script to the MySQL database by help of these packages. Okay. Okay. So we have to now check it about how Python MySQL connection is going to be work. So first of all, I will create one folder here. Now I am to create a Python underscore MySQL, that is connect MySQL connect dot py. Okay, the file is ready. Here I am writing one comment about what I am going to do in this particular file. Python MySQL connector. Okay, MySQL connect. Okay, that's it. So what you have to do here? So first of all, you have to import the package. This is the importing the package. Import Python package. Second, you have to create one object, that is called a, here you have to create one object, that is Python object. Okay, connect object, Python connection object, which has which has host, user name and password for MySQL DB. MySQL DB. Okay. Fine. So first of all, we have to import MySQL dot connector. MySQL dot connector. Yes. Second, mydb equal to MySQL dot connector dot connect. Automatically it comes out if your package is properly installed and installed in where, in the script folder of your Python where the Python is installed. Okay, then automatically it shows you what is generally we have to add it parameters inside this connect function. First is given a host. What is your host? Always host is a local host. Always host is your local host. Okay, sorry, local host. Then it comes out a port. Don't, you have not required to give in a port. It's not needed. It's a not important timeout. Okay, so you have to remove these optional parts. Okay, you have to first, very important and most priority parts are host, username, and which is equal to another called as a then comma password. Okay, username and password. Host, localhost, username and password. Okay, so what is your host? That's a localhost. What's your username? By default username root. And if you are not setting any password in your MySQL database, then it's a you remove. Okay, you have not given any specify your password. Okay, that's all. So now you have to print that my div. Okay, my div. If it's a work, if you given it's return the object. Okay, identity of the object, it will be print in the console. And if it return the MyDB object identity, then it's you're perfectly connected to the MySQL. Okay, so after that it connected. Okay, it create already connected and created the connection object at particular address also. It giving you address means it works properly. Okay, now it works properly. So in this video, I completed everything about how Python and MySQL is going to be work. Okay, on the upcoming videos, I also given you different examples how Python script will work by connecting to the MySQL with different MySQL commands. Okay, MySQL SQL commands like create command, update command, insert command, delete command. These are the basic command and also relational commands also. Very important. Don't miss any videos in upcoming times. Please like and subscribe this channel and click on the bell icon. When I am going to upload any Python MySQL related videos, you will get notifications. Thank you.